Shalom. I'm Ayash Tezabaya Danyala, and I'm here with
Shalom, I'm Malakyam. Yabashim Yashabatham.
We're back with a new topic, a new Malakyam milk class. This class topic is going to be on loyalty. So before we do go ahead and get started, I want to give all praises and glory to the Most High. Give a salute, as always, to everyone out there tuning into these classes every week, every Monday, and enjoying them, learning from them, just as we do, right? We love bringing them out, studying, and with that, we're going to jump right into it. So this is a new Malakyam milk class. The topic is on loyalty. Before we get into it, there's this picture right here with brothers looking united, looking as one, looking loyal to one another in prayer, just how we're supposed to be, nothing that we can't discuss or help each other with. That's what loyalty is. Our loyalty is to the Father. And through that, the Father gives us all these great qualities and all of these great ways to learn. And like one of those qualities is loyalty. We're loyal to the scriptures. We are 100% loyal to these scriptures. There's people that are loyal to other things, other religions, loyal to idols, loyal to just themselves, don't care about others. But we're loyal to the scriptures. And why? And which is because that the scriptures covers everything we need to know and do. You have these principles, you have these morals that you're loyal to. You're not a thief. Right? All these commandments, these are all commandments. That's why I said these scriptures, we're loyal to them because it covers everything we need to know and do.
Yeah, we're loyal to the commandments, fringes, like I'm wearing fringes right now, loyal to our brothers, sisters, loyal to everyone, especially the Most High, our Creator.
Everything that's righteous, that's right, we're loyal to. But those are the main things, okay? Like your family, your friends, the Lord, the scriptures, your morals, all. So let's get into the scriptures and let's read what they say about loyalty and how we're supposed to look at it and how we're supposed to do it. Why, could you go ahead and read Romans chapter 13 and verse 1? Throw it up.
Romans chapter 13, verse 1 in the KJV. Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God. The powers that be are ordained of God.
Okay, so let every soul be subject unto the higher powers. That's what's supposed to be happening, right? We're subject to the Lord. That is where our loyalty lies. For there is no power but of God. So, like I opened up the class with, there's people loyal to idols, to religion, to man-made things, fake, things that are untrue, things that they can't even prove. Because for there is no power but of God. The powers that be are, or Slakia, the powers that ordained of God. We're loyal to that. So that's what I wanted to get started with, is we're loyal to Yahweh, that there's no power but of God. We're loyal to the scriptures and what it says. Now let's get Deuteronomy 7 and verse 9.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 9 in the KJV. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations.
Right, that's loyalty. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, so the loyal God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. The Lord is loyal, and if we keep his commandments, we're a loyal people as well. Let's not throw it away. Let's not become liars. Stick to this loyalty and what the scriptures say, the covenant that was made with us, the covenant that we believe in and are loyal to it, and the mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. Now we're going to go ahead and get Proverbs chapter, this is chapter 3, verse 3 and 4 in the NIV.
Proverbs chapter 3, verse 3 through 4 in the NIV. Let love and faithfulness never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Verse 4. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God and man.
God, let love and faithfulness never leave you. Let love and loyalty never leave you. That faithfulness, that loyalty, never leave you. Bind them around your neck. Put it on you. Like the scriptures that say, put on the whole armor of God, that spiritual armor. You block out the negatives. You block out the wicked. Okay? Bind them around your neck. Write them on the tablet of your heart. Like these law, statutes, and commandments. We don't go a day without keeping them. So now that's part of our life now. That's how we have to see this loyalty, this love, this faithfulness is always on you. You don't take it off. You don't take it off. It says, write them on the tablet of your heart. Then you will win favor and a good name in the sight of God. Isn't that what we want? And man as well. So all praises. Look how big this loyalty is. Look how big this spiritual and physical. You're loyal to your brothers. You're loyal to your family. Now, let's get this Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 9. And this is going to be in the GNT.
Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 9 in the GNT. Remember that the Lord your God is the only God, and that he is faithful. He will keep his covenant and show his constant love to 1,000 generations of those who love him and obey his commands.
Remember that the Lord your God is the only God, and that he is faithful. He will keep his covenant and show his constant love to 1,000 generations of those who love him and obey his commands. Man, that's like, you give me your loyalty and look at all of this that I have for you. You keep my covenant and show constant love to 1,000 generations of those who love him and obey his commands. But remember that the Lord your God is the only God. That's what we're loyal to. And loyal is really believing in it. We're going to get into that in the next slide. But really believing in these words, in this book, really believing in the law, statutes, and commandments. Now, like Enoch, let's look at loyalty in some different perspectives. And let's look again, let's just open up our eyes and the people watching as well. And let's see how big loyalty is. So we're going to read these 3 paragraphs and let's just take in how big loyalty is. Malakyam,
God.
if you could start at the top.
Loyalty to God involves absolute devotion and adherence to his commands, even in the face of trials.
So involves absolute devotion, right? It's non-stopping. That loyalty, you don't just drop it off somewhere and stop keeping it. And adherence to his commands, even in the face of trials. That's the main part right there. Are you going to be loyal when these trials come upon you? Are you going to be loyal to your brother, to your sister when things get hard? Are you going to be loyal in your marriage? All of these parts matter. Are you loyal in your marriage? Are you loyal to your brothers and sisters? Are you loyal to yourself? Do you tell yourself the truth? Are you loyal to these law, statutes, and commandments? Do you believe on them? Because even in the face of trials, when things get hard, now loyalty to others.
Loyalty to others, demonstrated through enduring friendships, marriages, and honoring commitments, even when it is difficult.
Okay, exactly. When things are difficult, demonstrated through enduring friendships. You might be really young watching this class, and you might have friendships, but you haven't had the time yet to build a durable, long friendship, okay? Now, as you get older in life, you know some people, man, I've known this man 40 years of my life since I was a kid, and we're still rocking with each other today. That is enduring a friendship. That ain't no coincidence. He might have had that brother in your life that long to show you things, and you learned from him. That's just an example of an enduring friendship demonstrated, right? And then, like we spoke about, marriages. Marriages are so important, so big, because you make that commitment. And then even when you're in that commitment, you still have to do it every single day, right? You got to be loyal every single day to that marriage, into the scriptures and what the scriptures say about marriage, okay? And honoring commitments, loyal to your commitments that you, those words that you say to the Lord that you're going to do. You're loyal to your own word, right? Like when people say, keep your own word, you're not just going out saying things to people. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be there. I'm going to do this. And then you don't do it. You're not loyal to your own word. You're not honoring your own commitments, even when it is difficult. So you felt loyalty before, and you felt disloyalty as well when someone was fake, when someone was acting like they were your friend, someone was acting like they were faithful, but they weren't, and they weren't loyal. We've gone through that. And then let's go ahead and read this last one.
A choice, not a feeling. Loyalty is an intentional, sustained decision to stand by someone, reflecting God's own faithful character.
So a choice, not a feeling. Loyalty is a choice, not a feeling. I feel loyal. Oh, I feel like I'm loyal to this person. It doesn't make any sense. You're either loyal or you're not. You make a choice. And people make choices. I'm not going to be loyal to this person. That's why it's a choice. It's not a feeling. It's like you can't serve that scripture. You can't serve two masters. You're either gonna love one or hate the other. This loyalty, you're either gonna choose to be loyal to one, or you're gonna do the other. You're not gonna be loyal to one. So it's a choice. Loyalty is intentional. It is intentional. When you're really loyal to someone and care about them, you're intentionally doing it all the time to show you're loyal, to show you're solid, to show you care, most importantly. It's a sustained decision to stand by someone like us with Yahushua Mashiach. Isn't it a sustained decision to stand by him, Malakyam? We made that decision. We're going to stand with what Yahushua Mashiach did and what he said and what he gave us through the Father. It says, reflecting God's own faithful character. Kind of like I started out with, all these qualities were given to us. So where does that come from? That's God's own faithful character. This is my last slide, my closing out right here in Sirach. And we got a picture of two brothers with each other, loyal to each other, gonna help one up when the other one falls down. And the brother's gonna do the same when that other brother needs help. So let's go ahead and close on my part with Sirach, the Apocrypha, chapter 6, verse 14, 16. Let's look at how important and how big a loyal friend is to you that the Lord gives to you. That's basically saying like a loyal brother as well, right? Because we're brothers over here. But this is the G&T, so it says friend. We're brothers. We come together. So Enoch, close us out with Sirach.
Sirach chapter 6, verse 14 through 16, the G&T. A loyal friend is like a safe shelter. Find one, and you have found a treasure. Verse 15. Nothing else is as valuable. There is no way of putting a price on it. Verse 16. A loyal friend is like a medicine that keeps you in good health. Only those who fear the Lord can find such a friend.
Man, it says a loyal friend is like a safe shelter. Find one and you have found a treasure. That's true. Just one loyal friend. That's like finding a treasure. Nothing else is as valuable. There's no way of putting a price on it. A loyal friend is like a medicine. When you're sick and you need medicine, how important is that to you? You're going to do what you need to do to get it. You're going to need that medicine. It says that keeps you in good health. Only those who fear the Lord can find such a friend. Only those who fear the Lord, that's how you're only going to find this loyal a friend, this treasure, the scripture says. Only those who fear the Lord can find such a friend, can find such a brother.
Lucky, I got a preset. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5, verse 24 in the KJV. Faithful is he that calleth you, who also will do it.
Who also will do it. Faithful is he that calleth you. The Lord is calling us. And we got to be faithful. We got to be loyal. That calling is a treasure. Nothing else is as valuable. It can't put a price on it. So thawad for that precept, Malak Enoch. And come with that, I'm going to hand it off to Malak Enoch. I yield, but I just wanted to leave the family with that Sirach and the Apocrypha. And just look how big it is to have, a loyal friend is like a medicine that keeps you in good health. Only those who fear the Lord can find such a friend. And with that, I yield.
This is my part from Malakyam Middle Class loyalty, but before I go to the next slide, I want to say a little bit on it. So I'll name like 3 things that we have to be loyal to, and then I'll name 3 things that we shouldn't be loyal to. So number 1 is we need to be loyal to all the commandments. We have to be loyal to all those commandments. That's 1. And then 2 is we have to be loyal to our parents, our father and our mother. I will get that later in a slide, so be prepared for that. That's 1. That's 2. And then 3 is our creator, the Most High. We have to be loyal to him because he's our creator. He created the heavens and the earth. So, and then that was the 3 things that we should be loyal to. And then the 3 things we shouldn't be loyal to is graven images and idols, just like idols in general, made out of stone, made by men that don't even speak, move, talk. They just sit there. They don't do anything for you. And you're on the other hand just bowing down to them, to a rock. Like, no. And then the last one is like yourself. Not yourself in a good way, yourself in a bad way. Like you think you're the best. Being prideful. You could be loyal to yourself in a good way, but I'm talking about the bad way. Like like you're being prideful. You don't even be loyal to the Lord, just yourself. You think you don't even care for others, just yourself. That's even selfish right there. Just caring about yourself. So I'm gonna get the synonyms for loyalty: faithful, true, true-hearted, and trusty. So loyal could mean like faithful, being true, like you could like something you're saying, like anything you're saying is true. People could believe you. But if you're not saying something true, like you're not saying, like you always lie all the time, then how are people gonna believe you, you know? And then true-hearted, and then trusty, like everyone's gonna trust you. And then devoted, calm. And then the opposite of loyalty is disgrace, dishonesty. No one's trusting you because you lie too much. You shouldn't have lied. That's a commandment too. Don't bear false witness. That means don't lie. And then disloyalty. The it's just loyalty but disloyalty. The opposite. And then lying, like I said, bearing false witness. How is people gonna believe you when you're just lying all the time? Not being loyal. You could even be lying to your parents, and that's unloyalty, disloyalty. And then let's get the definition of loyalty. Let's see what it means. Got two definitions. Number one, the quality of being loyal in general. And then number two is a strong feeling of support or allegiance. So a strong feeling, like that strong feeling of loyalty. Everyone's believing you. You're being obedient to your parents, especially the Lord too. And then of support or allegiance. That means like the loyalty, fidelity, and obedience in an individual owns to a government, sovereign cause, or group, often in exchange for protection or as a commitment to shared values. So basically, like it said, the loyalty and obedience. You could be obedient to your parents, that's one. The Lord too. And then you could be loyalty to yourself in a good way, not prideful. And then let's get into the scriptures. Like I was saying, honor your father and mother. And this is where we're at the point at now. So Exodus chapter 20, verse 12 in the KJV, honor thy father and thy mother, that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. Right. Really simple. Let's break it down. So it says, honor thy father, right? Which means like being loyal to your father. You can see right here, this man looks like this little young man's father. He looks like he's teaching him something and he's learning. That could maybe be the scriptures, and he's learning. He's getting corrected, he's learning, and that's how I learned too. I was taught the Bible, aka the word. And you also have to honor and thy mother, not just your father, but your mother too. They're both included, that thy days may be long upon the land. So if you do that, if you honor your father and your mother, do what you're told every single day of your life, your days will be long. That means you will live a long life. And once your parents start getting older and you're getting older too, that means that you're gonna have to start helping. So that's when you have to step your game up. You have to start helping. You have to start being loyalty to your parents. The class is called loyalty. And that's just one example that we have to be loyal to. And the next slide is basically, the last slide is going to be loyal to the Most High, aka our Creator, heavens and the earth. And then it says that thy days may be long upon the land which the Lord thy God giveth thee. So he's saying he's going to give you that blessing, but you have to honor thy father and thy mother every single day. Not just one day, once a week. No, you have to do that every day. And then let's get the last one. Deuteronomy chapter 7 verse 9, the KJV. Know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, the faithful God, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. It says, know therefore that the Lord thy God, he is God, right? The faithful God. So he's not just God, the faithful God, which keepeth, the scripture's going to tell you what he keeps. He keeps covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments to 1,000 generations. If you say you love God, but you don't keep his commandments, you're a liar. You might be scratching your head, but no. It's the reason why you don't love God is because you're not keeping his commandments. It says, which keepeth covenant and mercy with them that love him and keep his commandments. It literally states it right there, with them that love him, not just love him in general, love him and keep his commandments. If you love him, you have to keep his commandments. That's what it says in the Bible. Because God says if you just love him, it wouldn't be true because you also have to keep his commandments. Not just for a little bit. To 1,000 generations. You have to keep your commandment. You have to keep his commandments all the way until you die.
So, Salaki, I got a precept to go along with what you're bringing out. This is going to be Proverbs chapter 17, 7 in the GNT, in the Good News Translation. God, respected people do not tell lies, and fools have nothing worthwhile to say.
Right. So this precept says, respected people do not tell lies. So basically, in this way, I'll put it, loyalty people do not tell lies. They don't. Because they respected people. It says respected people do not tell lies. If you show respect, you wouldn't tell lies, if that makes sense. But fools have nothing worthwhile to say. Like, just basically, like, they have nothing good to say. Like, they say something that isn't true, something that's superstitious, something that's lying, that will deceive you, and then you get tricked. No, you want to be the respected people that don't tell lies. Because if you did tell lies, you would break a commandment. Do we want to break a commandment? La. We don't want to be that fool that has nothing worthwhile to say. So Tawbada for that precept, and I yield.
All praises and glory to the Most High for another mighty Malakyam milk class that, again, was on loyalty. So we hope you guys enjoyed it. We hope you guys learned from it. Remember these scriptures on loyal friends, on being loyal to the Lord, being loyal to your family, yourself, the scriptures, most importantly, believing in what these scriptures say, right? There's a lot of people that walk around and say that they're loyal to God. I pray to God. I speak to God every day. Basically say I'm loyal to God. But do they really keep the commandments, loyal to the scriptures? Right? There's a lot of things we can just say, family, but we have to make sure we're doing. And are we really loyal? Are we loyal to our brothers and sisters as we should be? Do I feel comfortable telling them whatever it is going on in my life? Because that's real loyalty. When things get hard, the scriptures say when things get difficult, that's where the loyalty is really going to show. Same with us. When things get hard in life, are you going to still be loyal to these commandments? Okay. When things really get hard, and we don't hope for this to happen, but if things start crumbling down, things start falling down, your life starts getting hard, really hard, are you going to be loyal? We got to pray for that strength, pray for that loyaltiness, pray for all of these things, because at the end of the day, we cannot do it by ourselves. But we want to give a salute and we say, Yahweh, Bashem,
How Hashem,
Shai, Brakatham. And that's a salute to everyone out there doing the work. We give all praises and glory. And with that, we say, Shalom.
Shalom.